the way I saw the poets interacting with the audience here, and the audience here are my people.
Yeah.
That is a huge inspiration. So when I write, it comes from inside. So anything that is in my heart or in my gut that needs to come out, I express it, but I also keep in mind who I am addressing. And the young people in Addis, in Ethiopia, they give me hope. They are very brilliant, actually. There are many genius young people that we don't see, we don't hear, we don't know their names, they are invisible, but they do come to our open mic events. So with Gittim Sitim, we organize open mic events, and yes, reciting poetry is really important to just express my personal voice. One problem with this modern technology and access to this digital age, it makes us disconnected from these books. But at the same time, there are contemporary writers, like this lady, for example, Meskrem Haile, Abyssinian nomad. She writes about her story traveling all across Africa as a woman. So now other perspectives also come on the stage, like Afrofeminism. And I know that, for example, with this group, it's Indigenous Resistance, they share voices of indigenous people from all over the world. And they don't only publish books, right? In the books they have lots of pictures, but they also, parts of these books, they print them, they put them on posters, they paint them huge on murals, they transform them into music, into songs, into performances. So I think we have to use all the realities, not just the paper, but also the virtual reality, and then any other way that we can express art. So we can at least get the message across. So literature doesn't have to be limited to these books. It can be also through songs that we can reach people's hearts. It's what we see happening, evolving, happening on the world stage. So where we went from storytelling to writing down a lot of our myths and spiritual beliefs. And from there, it got disrupted in many African countries because of enslavement and colonialization. But then the freedom struggle that came out of that, the pride, rebuilding that nationalism, is another stage that just connects. So, for example, it's just like me, for example, as an adoptee, I left the country, come back. So how do we reclaim our identity? How do we reclaim our stories? That's what's happening now in the contemporary form after colonialism, even though there's still neo-colonialism, even though 14 African countries are still paying taxes to France today, we also can change the story into what we really need to hear now.